we're here.
Hi, hey.
Hi, guys. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Sexy Sisters Podcast. This is episode 3. We're here. We have socks on.
Yes, we do have socks on. So sorry. I'm so sorry.
Also, it's getting cold. I'm still I'm pretending like it's not in the fall now. It's 73 in my apartment, but it's still sock
If you
weather.
want to see no socks, subscribe to the OnlyFans.
Sour D's, I don't believe for a second that you're going to subscribe. How long have I had one that you've been following me? How long, Sour D's? How long? Calm down, Xia.
Like, whoa.
What's up, you guys? Welcome. How's everybody doing today? Jenna, how are you today?
Yeah, you know, my asthma today has really been getting to me.
Oh, no.
I know, I'm having like these chest pains. I was supposed to close on a property today, not for me, but for someone else, and
Right.
that didn't go through. We're all fighting over money, and it's just a shitty situation. I'm now not getting like paid, basically.
Awesome.
But I'm still doing the deal for not making any money.
I guess, like you said, for having the experience of it, but also getting some money. But it's still crap. That's still garbage.
I've been doing this one specific deal. I've been working it for months.
Ugh.
It's been months. Imagine working a specific deal for months on end and then not getting paid for it.
That's horrible. That is so terrible.
Yeah, this is real estate, baby.
Ugh.
We're still closing. Maybe, probably not, but we're set to close. So
and your closing day was supposed to be yesterday.
It was supposed to be yesterday, and then we were apparently my buyers were fighting over the fact that one of them told another person. One of them actually was a fraud. Let me just put that way. So oh, hi, thank you so much.
Brian, thank you so much. Oh, wait, are you in, Brian, thank you so much for the super chat. Are you in Florida? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, like what is going on, my friend?
Holy moly. I hope that you're doing well. You made it through, so that's a plus. Thank you so much for the super chat.
So
hell yes.
Good. So happy for you.
Thanks, Sour Days.
Anyways,
Sour Days.
So yeah, one of our buyer, we had this guy Eli, and he was supposed to be the buyer, and we thought he was the buyer. I looked him up. He has an entire portfolio of properties, this and that. Turns out that he doesn't actually. This guy's piss broke, and he's buying the property, but his partner, his partner Sal, whoever this man is actually the man who's paying for everything.
So he has the money.
He's got the money. Apparently,
the other
this guy Eli,
the scammer.
He didn't even have $5,000. We started fighting over $5,000. I said, Eli, I will cut what I'm making down by $5,000 if you bring $5 to the table, so Sal can actually do the deal at $350. And he was like, I don't have $5,000. And I said, Eli, I can send you private money lenders, hard money lenders. I said, whatever it is, like, I am taking a pay cut so you can do this deal. So you can finish the deal and literally get a property in your name, get all the tax benefits, appreciation, depreciation, everything.
Can I ask you, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
can I ask you what the tax benefits are of owning?
Yeah, it's basically, it's like, it's an asset. You write it off. Like,
you write off, your mortgage?
House. It's a house, yeah.
So you get... Brian, thank you so much for the super chat. Central Florida by Orlando. Hope to see you at a get-together. Brian, I'm so glad that you made it through the storm and you're doing okay. You obviously have internet. You have power, hopefully.
That's great.
So that is amazing.
Hopefully he's going to have a chat with us. Like,
well, I mean, if he's on his phone, but like...
Well, then that still be he has internet? I mean, I guess if you're using
use data. Yeah, you could use data. But I hope that everything... My hair is really annoying me today.
Oh, I know. Mine is like... Ooh.
I don't know. I just... But thank you so much. What is it doing? What is my hair doing? I don't like any of what's happening right now. Yeah, Nick, I know hair.
No, that's for me.
Oh.
So I can mod myself.
Oh. Nick just said hair so he can mod himself. Okay. We do need Nick as a mod. So anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. So
just like houses. You can write it off for like taxes and stuff.
Write it off for taxes.
Yeah.
Like your whole mortgage?
I mean, I personally don't do anything with taxes because that's not my realm.
Okay.
So I don't actually know what specific part. But yeah, it's like
I gotta look this up.
It's your property because it's an asset.
Okay.
And everything, and it's especially too like you can even put it as your house is like a part of your business because you're doing.
We
stuff
did that
through
for
it
here. We were able to write off this room, so we can write off our second bedroom at least.
Well, yeah, no house. You get like tax cuts and stuff for it.
Ah. Okay. All right. Well, this is good to know. I mean, if our deal actually goes through. So we're in a similar boat as you. We're having a really tough time. The seller that you looked it up for us, right? So the seller that's owned it since, what was it?
It was like 1990 something.
They bought it for cash for $87,000.
Yeah, I remember. Like,
So I found out that, so the person that's selling it is the executor of an estate. So either the original owner died and like this is the kid, or she's too old and had to move somewhere.
well, remember there was a different name on it? Remember
Yeah.
I was telling you, like, who is this name? And we were trying to figure out whose name actually
So
was
that's
on
what I was saying. I figured it out. That woman
Okay.
whose name it was on there did own it. That's why I was like,
Okay.
oh, we're dealing with this different woman.
Right.
That's not the name that owns it. She did own it, and but it's selling it on behalf of her. So it's an
Got
estate
it.
that they're selling on behalf. So we're dealing with, I guess, an executor, and they're being really, really, really crappy over $3,000. And they're like, they keep trying to raise the price and asking us what it appraised at. $666. Thank you so much for the super chat. Nick and Frank need to get some drinks and
Oh my
commiserate over their
goodness.
cray women. Nick, you in the filing cabinet. What should we call Nick? He's not a filing cabinet, but it's something. Hey, Joe Nava, thank you so much for the super chat. You
Oh my
guys are awesome.
We're like, what, like 3 minutes into this, and it's just everyone and all the love. All of the love. You guys are so great.
Sourdies, I love sundresses so much. I'm so sad that I have to. Andrew Thomas has gone back and forth between he wants to marry you or he wants me to marry you. It's one or the other. He keeps saying, he's like, I need Xia to leave Nick and marry Jenna. Or
Why don't
it's
we
like,
just do a big
can
old
I marry
throuple?
Jenna?
We'll have a throuple.
Andrew, she's going to marry
3-person
everyone.
couple. Yeah, I'm just out and about. What is it, a Mormon? What is
Is that
the
what
one?
it
You have
is?
a bunch of wives or something. I'll just have a bunch of like.
I think
I
it's
thought it
Mormons.
was,
Yeah,
right.
they have a bunch of wives.
I'll convert to Mormonism.
I love how we're like, I don't even know what
We
that
said
is.
fat old question mark for that one.
Yeah.
Oh, the play.
Oh yeah, the Book of Mormon. Yeah, but did they say Mormonism?
I don't know.
I don't know. The Book of Mormon is hilarious, by the way.
Okay,
It is a
Nick just
great
goes,
play.
you saw the play. Coming after Xia, and she goes, is it Mormonism? And he's like, I don't know.
Well, no, I mean the wives and everything, not the terminology.
Did they talk about that in the play?
I don't think so.
I swear to God. See, this is what I live with. This is what I live with, Jenna. This is the man that I was like, yep, I'm going to marry this one. Oh.
I'll leave.
Hey. I'm not upset. Not a bit.
Oh my
Hi,
God.
Terry. Andrew!
Wow, we just said that the same exact way.
I swear to God, we harmonized.
We literally did. It was
We
like,
harmonized
we could
on
have put
that.
that on a record and sold millions.
Somebody clip that. Andrew! Andrew, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. You're so
Oh my
awesome.
God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. We haven't even gotten to any topics.
Oh my God. We're
Ugh.
just venting about our horrible lives right now.
It's ridiculous. I'm so tired of this whole real estate thing. So we found out that basically what we had originally offered was a specific amount. Then we talked to our lender and realized that we were actually going to need $5,000 more for closing costs. So we had to alter our offer. So we altered it by $3,000, but asking for a $5,000 concession. So it was a little bit less than we initially offered. But I guess our realtor had talked to them about it, and he's like, well, you guys flip-flopped a little bit. It was like, we didn't flip-flop. We just had to change the offer.
Or your realtor sucks.
So that's what we're really starting to find out. There's so many Andrews. There are a lot of Andrews. We have 2 Andrews. So basically what happened was we signed a new offer with our updated offer with the $5,000 concession so that we could finish the closing costs.
So wait a second. Did you get an addendum?
So that's what we're trying to get now.
So how did you sign a new offer?
So the other one hadn't gone into attorney review yet. We
Okay.
we had
I was like, Xia, that's a big fat no-no. If I
Yeah.
know anything in real estate, that's not how that works.
No.
Okay.
So
Okay,
it
okay.
was, he had submitted the original offer. They accepted, but we hadn't gone into attorney review yet. Then we
Okay.
submitted the new offer. He gave it to the attorneys and was like, okay, or he said he gave it to the attorneys and he's like, figure it out.
How do you not?
Apparently he didn't. So
How
when
do you not do that? Don't you want to get, like, that's the thing. It's like, if this guy sucks, like, you're not getting paid.
Well, that's what he's trying to do. I think that that's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to force this deal to happen, whether or not we can do it. But what he's not realizing is if it gets to a point where we just can't do it.
I was just going to say, there's a financial
Yeah.
thing. It's not like, oh, you're fighting because you're cheap. It's like, you
No.
legitimately, the mortgage company will not lend you that money.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. They're not
Like,
going to
they
give
capped
us
you.
the money.
Yeah, they capped you.
Yeah. 100%.
What the hell?
So they keep trying to raise the price up to past what we're even approved for. So we're not going to get the loan. The whole thing has just been a nightmare. And we're supposed to close next week.
Did Nick ever tell you my plan?
That you were going to give him a crappy lowball offer?
Like just a shitty lowball offer.
Yeah.
Like just call him up and be like, hey, I'm going to give you like $315,000 or $320,000 here. Or what was your guys' offer?
$356.
$356. So I was going to offer them like $320 and be like, hey, and you got to cover half,
The closing costs
half
and
closing
everything.
costs and other crap. You got a lot of, rehab and renovation. Because I looked at the ARV of the property.
Yeah.
I sent the comps to a brand new property to Nick. And you guys are paying like right at ARV for not 100% updated property.
I know. It needs a lot of work. Spineless, thank you so much for the $25 super chat. And he even said hi to Nick as well.
Oh,
Nick.
what a guy.
I know. What a gem. He's like, I understand that there is a man behind the ladies.
Yes, and
support
he's
him
doing
too.
all the work
He's
right
doing
now.
all the work.
All I hear is like we'll be talking and hear ding 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 ding, and it's like Nick like rapidly typing on the keyboard.
Yep.
Doing God knows whatever he's doing, but it's something.
It's something. He's in there doing it. And we're thankful for him doing that. So anyway, is it in New Jersey? Sounds mafia. It is in New Jersey.
Yes.
So yeah, we're definitely offering more than the property is probably. I don't think it's
100%.
quite appraised either.
Well, appraisal doesn't actually matter, and I'll tell you exactly why. Appraisals, a lot of the time, are wrong. They're stupid. People don't know how to actually run an appraisal.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, if your appraisal says something, like, it's all fucked up.
Everything about that.
Okay, so now the appraisal thing. Lady Marine says she always forgets about Nick. Sorry, Nick. The appraisal company that we looked up, that they're using, that we paid the appraiser already, we looked at the reviews. It's located in North Carolina, and the reviews are garbage.
Wait.
So they're basically
What?
they're basically a middleman. They just
Oh, no.
find appraisers. So I've seen
Oh,
reviews.
they're like wholesaling appraisers.
Yes.
That's what I do.
That's
That's what I do, except I'm not a shitty business person.
no, they're horrible. Like, it is
Shit.
awful. The reviews are saying that the appraisers don't get the appraisal reports back until a month later. They don't.
No.
Yeah, they don't get it back, and so they had to push their closing date. They lost their rate lock, like all this stuff. They talked about one appraiser who showed up drunk, smelling like alcohol, and who tried to hit on the listing agent. Like, it
How
was
the
just
hell?
the reviews were wild. Literally every single one of them was bad.
That's horrible.
It was awful. So, but appraisals do matter for the sense of, like, if they appraise it, the bank's not going to loan us anything over that.
Right.
So if it appraises for lower,
Then you're also screwed.
then we're also screwed. So we're getting to like a weird.
Here's the thing, though. A lot of the time, appraisals, like, people will, like, appraise higher. So, and they're working with banks and stuff. So that's why if any of you guys are ever buying a house, and this is a mistake like a lot of people will make, is when someone says, oh, we have an appraiser and we have this guy and we have that guy, never agree to one-stop shopping. You always
That's what I said.
You always want to go elsewhere because they're all secretly working together. So, like, they'll screw numbers. It doesn't matter because if an appraisal says one thing, well, that's what the appraiser said. He's an appraiser. Like, that doesn't matter.
Exactly.
If they're working together, sure, he's going to add another $10,000, $20,000 or take $10,000, $20,000 off. Like,
right.
that's what they all do.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem, Revelator. We're not allowed to pick our own appraiser. Not here.
Bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, the bank picks the appraiser. The lender picks the appraiser. We chose our own lawyer and we chose our own inspector. Those were the two things that they were like, oh, we have people. And we were like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. I think the inspector definitely was really good.
Inspector
Same thing
was
lawyer,
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked our inspector a lot. I really like our lawyer. So those are two people that I'm really very glad that we chose. However, the appraiser, we don't get a say in. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, we have to just deal with whoever our bank chose and hope that they don't screw us over.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So I just pulled up the comps.
Text. You didn't tell everything about the text messages.
Oh, also, so here's another thing. Nick is
I'm like, give me the tea.
Nick is just like, he's been so worked up. The appraiser company has now texted Nick twice by accident. The first time with the wrong address to the property and the wrong date. Finally, they get the real appraiser out there at the right time to the right property. Then he texts Nick accidentally calling him Melissa and Melissa is the listing agent. So he's like, oh, sorry, I'll contact the realtor. So he's contacting the listing agent when he's not supposed to.
How do you mess up so... Oh, he's not supposed to?
Yeah.
How the hell do you mess up so... And did you ask them, like, why do you contact her? Like,
Send an email.
Nick sent an email, hasn't heard anything back.
did you send it to your lawyer? Like, hey, this person's contacting the...
We probably should, huh?
I would send that to the lawyer, in all honesty. Like, say, hey, this person's contacting the listing agent. They're a piece of garbage, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not supposed to be doing any of that stuff.
No, they're not supposed to be doing it. What does the state law say? That is what you need. I don't know what the state law says, but I know my stepmom who's been practicing for a while, because I actually asked her this. Melissa's Nick's maiden name, because she's been practicing. She's been a realtor in New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut for like years now. And I asked her that because I was like, hey, can we, because they chose an appraiser. And I said, can we ask them to choose a different appraiser because their reviews are terrible? And she said, she's like, you can try, but no, typically they choose the appraiser. So whatever the state law is here, I'm assuming it must be that. So yeah,
I don't deal with any appraisers or whatnot.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
So let's go over some comps for the property so you guys get an
Comps.
understanding of like what their house is worth and how much they're paying and how much this is all a bunch of bullshit. So for another, how many bedroom and baths are yours?
2.
2-3, right?
Two, 2.5, but yeah, 2.
Okay.
3, basically.
For a 2-1 sold for $315 on 12/21. Perfect condition, renovated, no repairs needed. Sold for $213.
Renovated.
On another 2-bed, 3-bath, sold for $339 in June. Perfect condition, not a single repair needed. How many square feet is yours too?
1,400, a little over 1,400.
Okay. So same thing. These are all within 100 square feet of each other, and they're all like the same road and everything. I'm really, really good at comping. That's like my strong suit. Everyone's like, "Hey, can you comp this for me?" I'm like, "Yes,
Got you.
like I will pull you the best comps." Another 2-bed, 3-bath, same thing, sold for $315 on 10/21, perfect condition, no repairs needed. Then there was only a singular property out of every single property that's been sold in a singular year. So you can never pull comps that are like outside of a year. So within this year that a property has been sold, preferably you want to go by 6 months. There has been only one that sold for $361. I'm sorry, no property sold for $361. There's only one property that sold for $355.
Gotcha.
So you guys are at the highest price.
Right.
Not a single property
has gone over
$355, and that was the only outlier of all the properties.
Yeah, they're
so it's
really
like,
trying to sneak in there with the 361, and we're like, it's not gonna. And I spoke to this
I think
lender.
they sent the appraisal, by the way.
Did we?
Yeah, it's so much. There's a billion pages and it's so tiny, but I think they appraised it at 350.
They appraised it at 350.
I think so.
Oh, if they appraised it at 350, that makes me happy. Because either they do it with 350 with the concession, so they get 345,
right.
or it doesn't happen and we have to walk away.
here's the thing.
And I'm done.
Here's the thing, too. You can tell them, like, look, you want to sit through and go through this entire process over again?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what's the point? Like, what is the point? She reminds me of every Jewish girl in high school. Oh, my God.
You're a cute Jewish girl,
Am I a
apparently.
cute Jewish girl?
You're Italian.
Yeah.
Is your mom
and-
Italian too?
and German. My mom
German.
is 100% Italian, and my father is
Italian and
obviously
German.
German Italian. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's hilarious.
So, yeah, real estate transactions are exhausting. They're absolutely never easy.
I hate everything about it. This is the worst thing I've ever done in my life. I'm not sleeping. I'm exhausted all the time. I'm so stressed out. I'm
sucks.
behind on all of my work because it ends up being
Same.
like, oh my
Same.
God, you have to go to the bank constantly. You also, by the way, some of the lenders are idiots. All the people
They're
working
dumb.
on stuff are idiots. There's so many idiots, and you run into all of this where,
What about the statements?
so yeah, so they asked for a statement. They're like, we need your transaction history for your savings account showing that the deposit
they'll
check.
ask for every last singular penny.
Oh, dude.
Every last penny.
Not only that, we gave them the transaction history and they're like, oh, there's a gap from 6:30 to 7:05. We went back, got the new transaction, and then realized, no, they're just idiots. The statement was from 7/1. The first transaction was on 7/5. There weren't any transactions before that. So we just went and got the same piece of paper and had to show them again and be like, hey, dummies.
This is what they have to do, though.
Swear to God.
And it's crazy because, like, the people that you think are handling, like, the biggest financial decision of your life actually know stuff. And I can tell you they don't. They don't. They really don't know anything. They're not that smart. They do a lot of data entry, and then they ask someone else about it. Like,
yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Well, moving on.
Anyway, moving on.
Unless do you have anything else that you want to vent to me about?
Nick, was there anything else? Nick is like, tell him about this. He's like, I'm venting through you.
No, I mean, just the whole thing's that our realtor lied.
Our realtor lied.
Okay, yeah, if you have a lying realtor, like, you need to talk to the lawyer or something.
Yeah, we got to do something.
This is, like, fricked up.
What is soul sniffing? I just look over and it says,
Whoa.
ever soul sniffed.
Hold on.
Does that involve a butthole? Because if it involves a butthole, the answer is yes. No, I'm just kidding. What is soul sniffing?
Soul sniffing. Is that like finding your true self, sniffing around?
I don't know.
Can Jenna talk for a little bit while you just send the document to the lawyer?
Yeah. Jenna, I'm going to send something.
Heck yeah.
hold on
I'm
before it.
taking over the podcast, guys.
So I'm sending the appraisal to the lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is fantastic.
I can't find anything on the internet about
Did I
soul sniffing.
Get
so
the appraisal?
What is it?
I emailed it to you.
Smell the bottom of your foot. Oh, you mean like me?
Can you even...
Oh, yes,
you
I can
spelt
do that.
You spelled soul wrong, Jack. Not S-O-U-L, it's S-O-L-E. God damn it. Of course he's talking about feet.
Oh my God, I'm literally.
handling our mortgage?
Sorry.
No, I'm talking to him. Joking.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh, that went over like both of our heads.
heads.
We're like, oh, Xia, come on, get the mortgage statement.
That's hilarious.
Yes, I can do soul sniffing.
Okay.
Oh my God,
so
my legs are all just like
where does it
exposed
even
right now.
say?
I did same thing too. I did my last week. I did like a JOI video, the jerk off instructions.
Yeah, those are interesting.
It was interesting because I was fully clothed. Obviously, it was just me and my feet. It was a whole thing. I had, you know what? I tried so hard too. I had like ring lights all around me, and it was a whole experience. It was my first time ever doing it. It was crazy.
Okay,
but
I'm just sending it.
I mean, subscribe to the OnlyFans, and maybe we can do some private videos for you. I will be clothed though. It's all about my feet, honey.
It's all feet.
It's all feet. My socks, my little sockies.
I'm going to do a JOI video for next week. There's so many things that people have been requesting that I keep, because I send out pay-per-views of like really good stuff every week or so. And I need to do a blowjob video and I need to do a JOI video. Those are the two that I've been needing to do.
How do you do blowjob videos? Do you
Nick won't let me use his dick. I use a dildo.
Well, okay, I was going to ask because I was like, is Nick cool with that? Like,
jerk till you drop challenge. What's up, Mick? Hey, Mick has made it. Mick's the homie. All right.
So, guys, while she's doing that, can I ask, like, what is your biggest pet peeve about your significant others?
Ooh,
because
good question.
I know that honestly, I don't have, like, pet peeves about my significant other, but I know he's got pet peeves about me. One of which being, I will never hang my shoes up. Oh, my God, thanks so much for my legs.
Hey, aw, Joe, thank you so
much, Joe. Oh my God. But like, what are your pet peeves? Like, I just feel like you guys want to hear some shit. So I live with a divorced father and a shitty brother, right? And twice divorced father and shitty brother. So my dad was out, he was doing God knows what. And like my brother was just, he's messy. He's dirty. He's disgusting. He's like not hygienic. I don't know how this man has a girlfriend because he's not hygienic. And I oftentimes think about, like, he uses the bathroom and will sit on the toilet seat and, like, doesn't wipe his ass properly. So sometimes he'll slide off the toilet seat and, like, legitimately get shit on the seat. He's 25 years old and fully compatible with a 6-figure paying job at a pharmaceutical company. And he cannot wipe his ass. So yesterday, and I take videos all the time and I'll, like, send it to my dad and I'm like, can you please get your fucking son in line before I shove a knife through this man's eyeball. Like, it's just gonna happen one day. So yesterday, Miles, thanks so much. Oh my goodness, you guys are so kind today.
Miles, thank you
guys are so kind
much.
today.
I don't know.
So anyway, like, Yesterday, he shaves his ball sack on the toilet and leaves his pubic hair on the toilet.
Ew.
And I have to
Why?
live with this. I'm like, how are you 25 and have a girlfriend and all sorts of... It's crazy. And I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, I know that's not a pet peeve. That's just like general, like disgusting hygiene. But like seriously, like I've been with guys before and they have not been hygienic. And I've been like, I can't be with you. Like I have to, I've got to move on with my life. You've got to move on with your life. So I don't know, like.
No, I'm with you. You
I feel
gotta
like
be
general
hygienic.
hygiene is such an important thing to me. But yeah, no, I don't know. I just like, yeah, I don't. Okay, right. You say you don't know this man and you can't stand him. Like that's anyone. That's literally anyone. Like he seems so nice and stuff, and then you
Neuter
just like
him
live with
now.
him. You live with him, and you're like, you're 25, and you can't wipe yourself. Or again, who shaves their nut? Like it's not even like his facial hair was in the sink, which is always in the sink. It's not even that, guys. It's the fact that how do you shave your nutsack and leave pubic hair just all over the toilet? Who does that? We all share a bathroom. We've only have one full bathroom in the house. Like, I don't know. So, you know what I'm thinking? I'm honestly, like, this petty just because, like, I just feel like the disrespect of this man. I'm, like, venting about my brother right now, but it's just, it's so frustrating.
gross.
It's so frustrating. The disrespect of this man, I think I'm going to, like, take his toothbrush and start, like, sticking it in the toilet and stuff.
No, I'm with you on that.
I just, like, I don't know how you can live like that and be so, you know, disrespectful to the people around you. Like, I feel like that just shows so much about your personality. Same thing, too, if I'm ever with anyone at, like, bars or waiters or whatever, if you're disrespectful to those around you, like, I can't be with you. And no, you would think he's, like, a Sasquatch. Like, right, no civilized humans do that. Okay, thank you, because I feel like I'm crazy. And
Crazy. That's absolutely right.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, how does he have a girlfriend? And she willingly sticks his face down there, you know? And this man is so smelly that when he uses the bathroom, like my dad and I need to air the whole thing out. And even if he just like pees because he just smells bad, and I don't know. That's crazy. But then again, do you know people that are like really into that? Like if I were to go to the gym and work out and get disgustingly sweaty or whatever, like people are like really sometimes
some
like,
people
into, like,
absolutely love that. That's like a
just,
whole
like,
other thing. Yeah, people are
grossness.
into sweat. They're into bad smelling feet. Like there's even within
crazy.
feet. Yeah, people who like feet also like to smell feet that smell a little bit bad, smell a little
Yeah.
stinky. I actually just sold a pair of my workout socks. This guy just wanted me to work out in socks, and he was like, I want a pair of your dirty, stinky socks. And I was like, okay.
That is the big thing. What is her issue? And like,
Yeah.
look, I really do like his girlfriend is an absolute. She really is. She's a sweetheart. I have nothing bad to say about her, other than like
Maybe she
something's
has
gotta
bad
be
self-esteem.
odd. Something's got to be like off for you to just willingly stick your face down there. You know?
Maybe she just has a bad self-esteem. Maybe she has a bad self-esteem, and she's like, I
Or
can't get any better,
Maybe
so I have to.
she. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Revelator,
Oh.
thank you so much. You're so amazing.
This has been.
Wow.
This has been crazy.
Wow.
I feel like we're not even talking about. That's what I'm
Guys.
saying. Okay, maybe her, you know what is ranked too. That's what I'm thinking. Like maybe it's just like, maybe they both got some sort of hygiene issue.
Revelero did a thing. I know everybody
love
hates when we
you.
do this, but too bad you're gonna get it anyway. I really need to calm down. I'm getting worked up. Revelator,
I love you
thank
through
you
my
so much.
eyeballs.
Through this eye.
Through this little eye, I'm looking right at you.
One eye. Anyway, that is very possible. Maybe her pussy does smell really bad too.
And again, maybe she's into that.
Or
Like,
she
maybe
likes
she's
it.
just one of those people that's like, I really like that you can't wipe yourself properly and you leave shit streaks on the toilet.
Ugh.
Zia, I take full-blown videos.
Let me see this. Let me see. I don't know if I want to see this, but apparently I want to see this. Oh my god.
It's so foul.
So he's just leaving crap all over the toilet.
Yeah.
Ew.
Like, okay. So he does this thing too where when he like uses the bathroom, he lays his nutsack in the toilet seat lip.
Why?
I don't know. So, okay, let me
Is
demonstrate this.
his nutsack hang so low that it dips in the water? So he's like, I gotta put it up here to keep it from
I
getting
don't know.
wet.
So you guys know, like, if you're
Ugh.
sitting on a toilet, right? You obviously have like the toilet's a circle, so you got the lip
The
right
front
here.
lip.
He'll like hang, and we've confronted him about this. He'll like hang his nutsack and shit on there. So there's whatever that is.
Yeah, what's coming
from
off of his nutsack? Why
I don't know what that
is
is.
so dirty?
I
Take
don't
a
know what
shower.
that is. Same thing too. This is from him sliding off the toilet seat, and that's the back of his ass. So that's like. I don't know what that is. It
gross.
flips my stomach. I have like so many videos I take on the daily.
No.
And I send it to my dad / his father. I send it to my mother, who's not even in the picture, because she's like, oh, you know, you're always talking so much crap about your brother. And I'm like, yeah, because his shit's on the toilet. How do you do that?
That's how my dad is too, though. It's so funny that like
oblivious.
I think it's partially a guy thing. Not all guys. Nick is not like that.
Okay, my boyfriend would never do that in a million years. Do you want to see the video?
No, I don't want.
Oh no.
I just want to say, Xia had her new stepmom stay over.
We don't need to call her that. My dad's wife.
Yeah, dad's wife,
not
which
my
is
stepmom.
younger than Xia.
She's younger than me.
Yeah, he married a chick that Xia went to high school with, who's like younger than her. One night she wanted to stay over at her place because Zia's meth out sister scared her so much she wanted to sleep.
Threatened to beat her up.
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't give her money.
All right, so
It was a thing.
she sleeps the night. Zia's gone. She's at work. The other lady, the stepmom's gone. And I wake up to a kitchen that is destroyed. By the way, she leaves shit everywhere. But the worst part of it is I went to the bathroom and Zia's young stepmom took a nasty gray gravy shit and left it in the toilet, and it was like cement. It was the grossest thing I've ever seen. I said,
didn't see
Xia,
it."
she's never allowed at her place ever again. This is it. I'm done.
So yeah, that did happen. I completely forgot about that.
Oh
So
my god.
it's my stepmom ticklish. Oh no. I don't know. I don't ever want to find out. Look, we get along now. But yeah, so I didn't get to see it because I was at work. I had
my
to go to
God.
work. I mean, I used to get up at 6 for work. So I
Yeah.
was out of the house by like 6:30.
That's crazy.
And
I clean it with my hands.
ew.
It was like
Ew.
cement.
So she just like flushed it but didn't even check.
I don't think she did, dude.
You think she just took a shit and didn't flush?
Dude, it was just,
Ugh.
Wait, I used to
You're
room
welcome,
with
Miles.
men. I used to live in Columbus, Ohio, and I roomed with these 3 guys. And the one stupid man I used to like, that we shared a bathroom, because we had 2 full bathrooms.
Yeah.
Upstairs and downstairs. So the guy that I shared the bathroom with, he actually was really clean. Like, he
Nice.
really was. It was great. It was his girlfriend that was the problem. I had 2 conversations with her, and the third one was another person going
Some
like,
girls
this bitch
are
is gonna-
nasty too.
She was nice. She just would always leave her hair everywhere. Like, it was crazy. And I was like, girl, like, you can't just be doing that. Like, you don't clean. You don't do anything.
Would
Anyways,
she do the thing where she pulls her hair out in the shower and put it on the wall?
Oh, she would do everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Apparently girls do that. I've never done that. It's
that.
so weird.
No.
I mean, mine clogs up the drain all the time, but there's not a ton I can do about it. The hair comes out. I
Oh,
can't.
my God.
It sucks.
Anyways, so he lived in New York. So for New York, I don't know if he lived in a house or a complex or apartments or whatever, because I know a lot of the time when you live in apartments and stuff, you obviously wait to flush the toilet, so you have either water pressure, you got hot water, cold water, whatever you need. And I know that now because my dad's house is 200 years old. So when we flush the toilet, everything gets like boiling hot, and you have to wait it out until it's done.
That was like our first apartment too, except it would get ice cold. So I could never
Right.
use the bathroom or turn on the sinks when Nick was in the
Yes.
shower and vice versa, because it would get like bright cold. Didlotic, I swear to God, I'm gonna beat you next time I see you.
But anyways, he used to, and this was my one biggest thing. That and minus he would have like super loud sex all the time when all of us were home, and it was like,
I feel like.
he was like 28 though.
Do
so
you-
it's like, how old are you?
Well,
to
do
have,
you
like,
think that
super
when
loud
people
sex?
do that, that's their kink? They're doing it on purpose. They want people to hear them, because otherwise you're just an
Probably, but-
asshole.
I can never just have loud sex. Like if I know someone's there.
Yeah, no, that's not
so
my thing either.
disgusting. How do you walk out and just like look at the person? And it's like, what's up? Like I know what the fuck.
I
you
just got
did.
railed. Yeah.
But anyways, he used to take shits before he would shower and leave it in the toilet. And then he would put the toilet seat down and he would always forget. And I would always, this was like a clockwork. I would come into the bathroom and I would lift up the toilet seat and I would see this man's, I'm like getting gaggy thinking about it. I would see his shit be sitting there for like hours at a time. and it would like stain the water would stain everything. It was like,
no.
yeah.
See, why would you want? Okay, here's my question. You shut the door, you take a shit, you close it, and then you get into a steamy hot shower.
Okay.
So you're just steaming up a room that smells like shit. You're taking a hot, steamy shit shower.
Here's the thing, though. My house in Columbus, Ohio, had no water issues. He did not have to not flush.
Why?
He could have flushed and just gotten in the shower. It was a brand new, newly renovated property. So yeah, it was old as fuck. Brand new. Everything in the property was 2022. Brand new. There was no reason to have shit soup in the toilet.
Oh, that's so gross. Just flush the toilet. And you know what? If you know that you have big cementy shits, just give a courtesy flush. If you're taking a shit and you're like, oh, I'm like halfway through this, flush once, flush again, and then check, and then look before you leave the toilet to make sure that there's not. My dad wouldn't not flush, but my dad was kind of a typical like gross guy where the toilets were always dirty. Like there was just always like shit smeared in
like,
the bowl,
right.
like stains. Nothing was ever clean. And it got worse when my stepmom moved out. Like my stepmom cleaned and kept stuff like in order.
Right.
But once she left, it was just.
That's how it is. Literally
Oh
the exact
my
same thing
God.
happened with us.
And I used to have to, this is how I started drinking coffee, to even get my dad up in the morning, to get him on. We used to be late to school almost every day because he was taking a shit.
Oh my God.
And I swear to God, because he wouldn't get up. So I used to have to make him coffee every morning to get him out of bed. I would bring him coffee in bed. I knew how he liked it. Cream, sugar, the whole 9 yards. And I would bring it to him in bed. But then once he has the coffee, he's got to take a shit. So he spends 30 minutes on the toilet. It was so bad that my teachers were like, hey, you're being late all the time.
Right.
I
You're
was
like, it's
getting in
not
trouble.
us.
I was like, hell, excuse me, I'm 8 years old. I'm not driving. You're going
Can
to
you
need to talk to
imagine
my
being 8 years
parents.
old though and like having to get your dad out of bed to bring you to school?
He was
and make
not
his
equipped
coffee
to be a parent. So I started drinking coffee at 16 because it was funny. I remember thinking, and this is
You
when
wanted what? You're like constipated one day. You went, I need to drink coffee.
well, it got me thinking. I was like, man, he does this every morning. I'm curious. Well, I gotta know what's going on with this coffee thing. Yeah, I gotta know. And this should have been my first clue that I have ADHD. I drank coffee and it was the best I'd ever felt. I felt like focused.
Thank you so much, True.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. You're so awesome.
Aw, so sweet.
It sounds like a normal happy childhood experience. Yeah, totally. Jack Z is perfect. LOL. That's so bonkers. Thank you. I'm glad that you see that as perfect. That makes me happy. But yeah, and it was like the most focused I'd ever been. I had a good day. I could like think,
function.
I could function as like a normal person. It was that, and then another time I took an Adderall. I took an Adderall once for funsies at a Tool concert, and everybody was like, tweaking on Adderall,
Right,
and I
you were
was
just
like,
I could do some math problems
yeah,
right now.
I was like, I feel great. I just feel normal, but
Said, I'm
like
gonna go clean my house later.
my brain isn't as fucking fuzzy. So
We got
anyway.
a spammer in here. Is that what that
Oh
is?
yeah, that's a spammer. Nick, are you on? What we got? We got the porn bots. Hey, it's been a while since we've had a porn bot. Thank you. Didlotics already
Thank
on
you.
it. I forgot. We got Didlotics in the chat.
Yes.
And I have a mouse. So yeah.
Oh my
Got him.
God.
Got him.
I just I don't know. Like, look, everyone takes big shits in their life.
That's fine.
It's fine.
But just look. Courtesy flush and just do a check. God. Thank you, Knocky Boom.
yeah,
Have a
I
great
don't know.
night. Shit bringing people together since the dawn of time. I mean, we did spend 20 minutes talking about shit, so I would say
Yeah, we gotta
so.
probably move on from that. I know you guys like literally like Darth Mode said it best, which hey, how are you? Said it absolutely best. This is not sexy talk. Like
is
I'm over
not
here
the
just going
sexiest ladies.
off about it.
Well, talk about sexy talk. I've
Yeah.
got the perfect story for this.
Lay it on
Will
me.
you open this? All right. So Amazon is being sued. That's not a big surprise. They do
Okay.
some messed up stuff.
Do they?
But yeah.
I know that they like treat their workers. There was,
Yeah,
like, a
they make
whole
their
thing.
workers piss in bottles. They
Yeah,
never
I
give them
heard that was, like,
breaks. They don't pay them very
shitty.
well. Yeah,
It's
it's
just
pretty
like
awful.
Amazon. Like you got all the money.
I remember talking to one of my followers. This is when I very first started, and he was telling me how he was super pumped. I mean, this is in Ohio, but still, he was super pumped to get a
Let's go
job
back
at
to
Amazon.
Ohio.
I know, freaking Ohio. And he was like, "I'm super pumped." He's like, "It pays $30,000 a year," and I was like, "That's
That's
not a lot of money." I guess maybe to him because it was Ohio, but
No, even in Ohio.
That's not very much, right? I was like, you're paying your full-time
Yeah.
employees $30,000 a year?
I
Really?
actually got more working as a hostess in Ohio, $15 an hour, just working as a bar hostess than I've ever had at any job here. Like, no job has ever paid me $15 an hour.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
as a minimum wage, whatever, you know. And I got, like, sometimes I'll get tips and things and
Yeah.
commission if I sold t-shirts and whatnot.
Oh, you got commission on t-shirts? That's nice.
Yeah, it was a
Aw.
cute one.
I used to work at a gym for 6. I'm trying Darth mode. I'm trying, but I can't sit with my legs crossed anymore because it hurts. 30, yeah, miles. Okay, that's not a lot. I thought 38,000 was not a lot. I was like,
No,
that's...
isn't that like, I don't want to say anything that's mean, but I'm pretty sure that's considered like more poverty level,
That's considered
right?
poverty level, yeah.
Because I thought it was, yeah.
I'm
Because
pretty
isn't
sure it
like,
is.
well, I don't know. Is it 20K minimum wage if you're working full time to 30K? I think it's 20 to 30K is like minimum wage if you work full time.
Well, they even did charts on, and this isn't just, I'm not talking coasts, I'm not talking about expensive cities. They did this for every state in the US of
Right.
how many hours you would have to work or how much you would actually have to get paid to be able to afford a 2-bedroom apartment.
Right, and the numbers will shock you.
Dude,
Well, they
some of
wouldn't,
them
but-
it's like, and I'm talking middle America is
Yeah.
even like $30 to $40 an hour.
Yep.
It's
To like
not
comfortably live, yeah.
40K is minimum wage. Oh my God.
That's what I'm looking up right now because I thought it was 40K, and then I was just like,
wild. So
I was like, wait a
22
second.
is poverty. That's food stamps. Well, there you go.
it says in America the average salary is $56,000.
Okay.
Says with a minimum of wage of $20 an hour. That can't be right.
Oy, no.
Who's making $20 an hour? Oh, I guess they mean of the. Sorry, I read that as like minimum wage, not like as in the medium wage is what they
Yeah.
meant. Like, okay.
Ugh.
Crazy.
Adam is here for
Crazy.
women manspreading as well. He's a progressive man. Thanks for being on our side, Adam. Look at this.
You
is
know,
ridiculous.
people will comment all the time
Normally.
about how I manspread. Like, I just like sit there and I'll literally just be like,
It's
on the
so
couch.
hard to sit with your legs
What's
crossed.
up, guys? And people say it to
not
me all the time.
comfortable.
Like, Jen, you gotta.
Close your legs. You're like, why? I don't have a penis.
Not even that. I'm like, it's covered. Like, I've got
Yeah,
pants
you're
on.
not showing anything. You're not just like, hey, look at my flappy lips. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying, you know, my flappy meat
My
curtains.
flaps, yeah.
Ugh. So this is interesting. So this is what Amazon is actually getting sued for, and it's not paying their employees crappily, even though I feel like you should be able to do that. So, oh boy, that bot's been around before. They're facing a proposed class action lawsuit claiming that they illegally used a California sex offender website to conduct background checks
Whoa.
on job applicants. That should not be illegal, by the way. Apparently, a man named Miguel Lerma, who was convicted of rape nearly a decade ago, filed a complaint in Los Angeles federal court on Thursday, claiming that Amazon and a background check provider, Accurate Background, violated state and federal laws by using the website and considering older convictions for sex offenses in screening applications. So he was offered a job at an Amazon fresh grocery store in March, but Amazon reneged after the Accurate Background report that he'd been convicted of felony sex offenses.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, he had cleared a background check for a seasonal job at an Amazon fulfillment center. Okay, so they went back and double checked. Apparently, they're not allowed to do that. Lerma in 2013 was convicted of rape by force or fear and rape of a drugged or intoxicated victim and served about 5 years in prison. That's not enough time.
That isn't, no.
See, this is where I have a really hard time with this. I want to believe in second chances when it comes to that kind of stuff, when it's like rape or pedophilia or for some reason to me that's even worse than murder. Is that crazy? I don't know. Maybe it isn't.
I can agree with that statement because you're like putting someone through that and now they have to like live with the trauma after.
I just feel like the whole thing, like if you've raped someone once, I don't believe that you're not going to do it again. I don't know. I just, fuck that guy.
Because it's just like, here's the shit part. Okay, let me say something. As someone who has been a victim of sexual assault and have been in the hospital and this and
Fucking
that.
every girl has.
Yeah.
It sucks, but like almost every single woman
No,
has.
I was in the hospital. I was in and out of police stations. I had to do a whole IOP therapy program. I, to this day, even though this was like 5.5 years ago, I'll wake up screaming and have nightmares all the time. And like my boyfriend has to grab me, and like every person I've dated since it's happened, I have to like let them know that, hey, this is something I dealt with, and that I will wake up in the middle of the night screaming. And this is the protocol on how to wake me up and hold me down so I don't punch you in the face because I'm scared. Like, this is the thing. So as someone who has been through it, has really been through it, and I sit through this trauma for the rest of my fucking life, I have to say, women, they falsely accuse men all the time. And that is coming from a victim of herself.
Happens.
And I think that is fucked up.
Yeah.
And people...
And women that do that should go to jail.
I think
that's
women
what
that
I
do that.
think.
And that's the thing.
I think that should be... if you falsely accuse someone of rape, I feel like you should go to jail.
Here's the other thing, too.
Because you're ruining someone's life.
I'm not defending a rapist.
No.
But I am also saying that if you do something with someone and then regret it the next day...
Well, that's not rape.
That's not... And then
No.
and then a lot of people are getting fucked over because they had a one-night stand.
Yeah.
Everyone was having fun. And at the time, it
Regret
was
is not
consensual
rape.
and whatever. And now they're getting slammed and people are putting cases against them.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So, look, as someone who's been through it, I am very open, and I'm not just a man hater. And I think, like, women are a serious, like, I think women are a serious problem.
You're not just saying that, like, we did get real with this.
Yeah.
It's not just saying that because most women have been sexually assaulted, which I think the number is, like, staggeringly high.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
Doesn't mean that every man is a rapist.
No.
So, like, that's it. People love to do that thing where they're like,
God.
oh, yeah, I hate men. Way up, dude. I'm going to get to your comment, too, because I have a counterpoint to that. Is that we love to do this thing where it's black and white and it's either fuck men or fuck women.
Right.
Instead of, hey, they're just trash people. It doesn't matter whether you're a man, you're a woman, what faith, what religion, what race. There's going to be garbage people across the board.
Do you guys remember the Me Too challenge?
No.
The hashtag Me Too?
Oh, Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Not challenge.
I'm so sorry.
I was like, what's the Me Too challenge?
The movement is what I meant to say. Yeah. No, sorry, not the challenge. My bad. So yes, the movement.
Yeah.
I had people come to me and was like, why aren't you partaking in that? And I said, why the fuck would I?
That's a super
First
personal
off,
thing.
And that's my thing. I, at that time, did not want what happened to me when I was just turned 18. Like, literally, I turned 18, or maybe I was 17 turning 18. Whatever it was. Whatever happened to me, I was still considered a fucking child. So, I do not think that I want to put my personal what happened to me out there. I just didn't.
Well,
and
that's
people
fair.
were like,
You
but
don't
it's
need
like
to.
empowering this and that. I'm like, no, that's a bunch of bullshit. And so many people, so many women partook in that movement that it actually, it like took away from the people who had traumatic experiences.
Yes, no shit.
There was I remember an article that went around, and she put out a post because apparently, like, she was in the workforce and some guy had a magazine. And on the magazine, like, whatever the cover was, it was like a swimsuit magazine or whatever the cover was, someone had a swimsuit bikini on.
Okay.
And she said, this is assault and this is that.
God.
And they made a whole entire fucking thing against this guy. And he was like, I literally had a magazine on my desk. And she said, like, that's like they're like coming after the woman and that's not appropriate. And they felt like oppressed. That
Women
this man
that
had
do
a magazine.
this are really, really, really setting us back a lot.
But that's
they
what
need
I'm
to
saying.
stop with this bullshit.
And she was like,
it's not helping.
Me too. Like, I'm even getting harassed in the workplace. I'm
That's
like,
not harassment.
I was like, did this guy
That's
say
nothing
anything
to do
you?
with you, you stupid idiot.
And then it's like, people come to me and like, why didn't you partake? And I'm like, first off, because you're fucking dumb. Two, because this is a private matter that I am personally dealing with
your
and
business.
don't want anyone else knowing.
None of your fucking business.
And three, because no one fucking takes me serious. You know, I had a female detective that she straight up looked at me and just went, the evidence really, although it happened, is not really there. And we kind of can't make much of a case about this. So,
yeah.
a female detective told me to stop trying. I went, so I got raped and you're telling me to stop try? And I did. I just went, she's a female, and she's a female detective specifically working in shit like this. She just told me that I've got no case because the evidence is against me. And instead of actually bringing this man to court and scaring the shit out of him, which is actually what my father told me to do, keep pushing, everyone told me to give up. And I just went, wow, everyone told me to give up. All of my friends in school told me that I was a whore looking for attention. And I said, wow. Really?
Wow.
Why would I ever
So then they're not your
accuse-
real friends.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
And
what it is. Because if your friends don't believe you, that if they have
they treated
reason
me
not
like
to believe
shit.
you, yeah, then it means they were
so
never
many
your friends.
people treated me like absolute garbage after that happened, and I just remember going from like one of the more popular girls. It wasn't because I was like prissy; it was because I was just friends with everyone. I was like that friendly girl who was just with everyone. To like shit. Everyone thinks I'm lying about this because I accused another popular boy of doing it. So people like hated me for like causing turmoil. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, what
That's
is
so
wrong with you people?
ridiculous. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like girls, like they piss me the fuck off because of them, people took away from my like what I dealt with and they made it less of a thing.
every single time someone lies about it, it takes away from a real victim.
Yeah.
People, that's why I'm saying people who lie about it, guys or girls, but it's usually girls,
Girls suck.
should be
Like-
put in jail because it's not okay
Yeah.
at all. The whole Amber Heard thing, look, I mean, that whole thing came up and that was a big thing. I'm not saying Johnny Depp was completely innocent in the situation, but what
We'll
really
never
came
know.
back to it is that she was a fucking monster. And
Right.
it was a toxic relationship, and she's a fucking moron that should have just shut her mouth and walked away. It was a shitty marriage. They probably both did things that I'm sure he did things that were shitty to her, but she was an abusive dickhead. And she should have
Yeah.
just shut her fucking mouth, but she didn't. She had to make a thing about it, and then she fucking lost.
And it's like you are the reason that girls who actually experience it don't come forward, don't speak up, don't do like, you know.
And it happens a lot. The real things happen a lot. Like it's an insane amount. And that number that they're taking from, by the way, is not just people who have reported it, because a lot of people don't report it, like you said.
Well, that was, and
I
that
never
was the
reported
thing. That
mine.
was the thing. Like, it happened to me, and when I went to the police and they did like the rape kit, they did everything. They were just like, haha, sorry. And I went, ah, shit. Like,
Yeah.
I guess I stop now. I guess I tried to do the right thing
Yeah.
for myself, obviously. But everyone's saying like sorry in the comments. I really like guys like I'm okay. I'm just like bringing controversial, you know,
Yeah, topics to the front.
topic, right? And I just want to say like victims like me, like we hate girls. Like we hate men, we hate women. Girls need to stop accusing people
It's
of
just
things that aren't
people.
it, especially if you just regret it in the morning. So
Yeah, no, regret is not. You don't just get to be like, oh no, I wish I hadn't done that. Oh, it was rape.
There's a lot of people that
You
I've done stuff
can't-
with, and I literally want to delete that from my memory. But at that time, I was like, damn, I was drunk, and I went for it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and I went for it.
It's
and
not,
that's what happened.
Yeah, no, you can't look back on it and be like, oh wow, I shouldn't have done that. And especially even if you're in the moment, if you're saying, oh hey,
Right.
or if you're thinking, oh hey, I don't want to do this. Thinking is not saying. The guy is not going to
Yes.
know. You're
Thank
in
you
bed
so
with him.
fucking much.
If you don't say anything, they're not going to know that.
And that is a point. That is a point I like to say. Because people are like, oh, but I didn't want to do it, and she should have saw the signs. And I'm like, guys, everyone is stupid. Men are stupid. Women are stupid. Gay, straight, black, white. Every single person in existence
We're all idiots.
needs to be told, hey, I just am not comfortable with this. Or this is what's going on. You know? Because there's a lot of times where I've been like, oh my God, like, I'm uncomfortable. Is this assault? Like, not just, like, what happened to me, but, like, let's say at bars or whatever else. And then I'm like, no, fuck me, because I never turned around to that guy and went, hey, I'm really, like, not into you. Can you please stop? Rather than me, like, walking away to a friend. Now, granted, I think guys and people need to, like, actually, like, you know,
And
see
also,
signs.
don't grab women in public.
No,
Never
but
just randomly grab a woman.
But it's not even that. It's like, oh, if you're flirting with me and I'm just like being nice and trying to just have
Right,
a conversation and then you start like putting your hand on my back, whatever. Really, it's like, okay, I get people, you know, out to get that, you know, punan. I really do. Like, I sometimes when I was single, I mean, I actually never, when I was single, out to like get laid. Like, that was never a priority for me, like out in public. But some people, that's the thing. Like, I'm trying to get this punan.
That's where they're going to the
respect you.
bar.
But like, that's the thing. I respect that. Like, go do your thing. But if I don't tell you, or if women don't tell you, like, I'm not comfortable, I think, like, women and people in general have to do such a better job about, like, just verbally stating. compared to being like, oh my God, he's like so rapey, or he's like
Some
assaulty.
guys are
and
rapey,
blah, blah.
though.
So, oh, no. 100%. But I'm just saying, like, I think as like a whole society, we need to do a better job with like basic communication.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's a huge thing. And we also need to do a better job of teaching women from the beginning that besides telling no means no,
Right.
Also, you teach men that, but you also tell women if you're uncomfortable in a situation, say something.
Just say it.
Because if
Hey,
you
I'm
say
not okay with
something
this.
and he ignores you, then yes, that is assault. That is a
Yes.
rape. But if you don't say something, he's not going to know. And I think a majority of the time, I've actually done that. I've actually been in that situation where I got into a bed with a guy and was like, oh no, I can't do this. And let me tell you, that guy stopped.
100%. I've done the same thing. I've been in the dead middle of intercourse. And I have looked at the person that I was with, first time ever, barely fucking knew the guy. This was one of those random one night stands.
Same
like
was mine.
completely like whatever. Like he literally worked at my gym and I hit him up and it was just some stupid like thing I did. Like
Just a
that's
little
another
thing.
one. I fucking wish I never did that. I wish I never did that because it was like gross and I was like, ew. Anyways though, in the dead middle, I looked at him and I just went, I can't do this anymore. And he was like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
and he just
'cause
stopped.
most people will.
He just stopped. It wasn't like I was sitting there and I was uncomfortable and then I was like, he wouldn't stop though. It was, I looked at him and I went, hey, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, this was great and all. I just like don't want to move forward and sorry I'm blue balling you and just I'm not okay with this right now. And he was like, oh my God, of course, like we could like cuddle up, and we did. We cuddled and we watched a show and he went home.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was that fucking easy.
It's
to tell
super
him
easy. That's
in the middle,
exactly-
I was just not okay with it.
What happened with mine, it was just a one night stand. We didn't even get to intercourse part. We were just making out in his bed.
Right.
And I was at his house and I was like, I'm so sorry. I can't do this. And he was like, oh yeah, no problem. He gave me a t-shirt to sleep in. He let me sleep in his bed.
Like so nice.
Yeah, like there
people-
was zero issues.
Oh my
like
God.
most, and I'm not saying of course there's always, I mean, Jesus,
Oh, you got your
'cause
scumbags.
there
left,
are
right, and
rapists
center.
all the time.
100%.
That's obviously a real thing. I'm
Right.
just saying
That communication can go a very long way.
it can
to
go
everyone.
a very long way. If you're just uncomfortable, just say that you're uncomfortable. Yeah, no, it's absolutely ridiculous. This is going way back to a point that someone had. Oh, right here. Way up, dude. People need to stop making fast food restaurant jobs into a career. Leave those jobs to teenagers. To an extent, I agree, but I have to counterpoint with the fact that teenagers can't work all hours. Who's going to work there the rest of the time?
Here's the other thing. I know, like, is that what you want to do, like, the business aspect of it? Because I know, personally, the people who worked at my Domino's and were the managers and everything, they were buying a Domino's for the franchise. So
Yeah.
they worked, obviously, full-time and everything. And here's the thing, guys. You can buy businesses and never work there a day in your life. It's called seller financing, and you keep the original owner. They show you what to do for 6 months, and then you delegate it out to someone else. Once you're trained, you retrain someone else. It's literally like the richest people in the world buy businesses they know nothing about, and they just say, oh, everything's running in place as it is. I'm just going to get a different, like, management person. Obviously, the owner's not there.
Yeah.
And that's it. So it's like, well, I mean, some people also go into it, like, saying, hey, I want to do business and whatever, you know. Like, even, I don't know, just, like, shitty jobs, like food management.
Working
I should
your
probably,
way up.
yeah, like, if I'm in food management, which is very different than just a fast food job.
Yeah.
That's, like, actual management. If I say, like, yeah, I've worked here, and I did the books for this, and I did the books for that, that's kind of like, oh, okay, this person actually knows something.
Yeah. And you do. You need people that are working when teenagers are in school or when
Yeah.
people are in classes. Like, you can't only rely on teachers for your workforce. You need people to work the rest of the day as well. Deepro, yes.
I
She
do have
has
an OnlyFans. It's only for feet, though. My little footsies.
only feet.
If you're in it. Yeah, my only feet. No one, okay, honestly, no one does dream of a
Now,
minimum
who wants a
wage job.
minimum wage job? It sucks. It's you got to take it because you got to take it. But we also still want those positions filled, so we need people to work those jobs. It's really kind of like not everyone can go out and become a doctor or a lawyer because then who would run the rest of the world? You know what I mean?
Not everyone can afford being a doctor and a lawyer.
The school, yeah, you end up getting into insane debt, and then
Yeah.
you're just up to your ears in debt. It's ridiculous, like student loans. I'm not saying that they should be making the same money as certain jobs. I'm not arguing for communism here. I just think that we need to, not a good idea. I just think that we need to understand that you need to be able to pay your employees well enough that they
Yes,
can
they can
survive.
live.
you can't just be like, oh, well, only hire teenagers, because not all teenagers work. They're not going to be able to work all hours. They're not going to have the same sort of flexibility. I did have a job in high school.
Work ethic.
They don't have great
just, like,
work
won't
ethic.
show up.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. You're not going to get great service out of them most of the part. Yeah, exactly. No kid says minimum wage $20. I mean, that would be better.
Here's the other thing too.
Because inflation, you have to realize that inflation's a thing. So minimum wage
Oh my
has to
God,
go up with
yes.
inflation. Otherwise, you can't.
Honestly, if the government did what they're supposed to do, prices should be going down, but it's the greed of people that will always make inflation happen. Everyone wants to have more money, therefore the prices will always go up. It has nothing to do with just actual stuff. It's just people's greed. Again, if the government did what they were supposed to and people were not greedy, then everything would decline in price.
I think also same thing with, I love hearing people with their communist arguments. They're like, well, or socialism. They're like, well, we just haven't done it right. And it's like, I legitimately believe that no system would work. Capitalism is maybe it's something a little bit more of a hybrid of it, but capitalism is probably the closest we're going to get to things working well. But then you end up with the problem with capitalism that we have now, where there's a really the middle class is shrinking a lot.
Yeah.
And there's a huge gap between high earners and companies are not paying their employees what they should. And I think what is a minimum of 12 years to become a doctor? There you go.
Crazy.
It becomes an issue where CEOs are making 100,000 times what employees are making. But again, you're not going to be able to. Yeah, exactly. What teenager can live off of that?
Honestly, teenagers can be living off that though. Staying in your home,
maybe if you have
your parents'
if you're living
house
at home,
and shit. Yeah.
if your parents aren't fucking asswads. But yeah, $8 an hour for 40 hours a week. Yeah, but teenagers can't work 40 hours a week.
No, they can't.
They're in school.
Here's
That's
the
the
other
whole
thing too.
point.
If you're a teenager though, can't you not work a certain amount of hours?
Yeah,
or
there's
over?
only a certain
There's
number of
cap.
hours that you can work.
Yeah, there's a cap for it.
Anyway, my point was basically that I don't think it matters what system we have in place, whether it's capitalism or socialism. We're always going to have problems and nothing's going to work, to Jenna's point, because people are greedy.
Here's the other thing
It's
too.
people. It's not
the
systems, it's people.
We also don't think
We're
alike.
going to fuck everything
You
up.
know, there's so many people in the world, and just think of a movement that happened. Literally, think of any movement, anything at all. It's like someone rebelled and something happened.
Yeah.
So it's just well, if we have something in line, and I mean, the shit we have in line right now, we'll see if, in even 50 years from now, people rebel, people don't rebel, whatever it is. But I don't know. It's just no one's ever going to agree. Or you can't have a utopia society where we
it's
all
never
on the
gonna
same
work.
page. It's just there's always going to be controversy over something.
No, it's never going to work because, like you said, people never are going to see eye to eye. Communism and socialism sound great on paper, but executed had disastrous results. Both ideologies are too utopian to work. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it
Damn
just doesn't.
liberals. Do you guys want to hear a story? I'll let you finish because I heard you take a breath like you were continuing.
No, I was just going to go into the whole Way Up dude says that he worked 40 hours a week. That doesn't work for every teenager though. Teenagers are going to school. They've got
My mom can't drive me.
Yeah, my mom can't drive me. Just because you did it doesn't mean everyone else can do it. That's where I think we need to have empathy towards other people. Everybody loves to do that thing of well, I did it. And you're like, cool.
Oh
to
my
an
God.
extent.
Like at how your
Everyone's
parents,
situations are different.
How your
though.
parents walked miles through the snow and the rain
Yeah.
to get to school
Uphills
every single day.
both ways.
Oh my God,
They're
I
like,
heard that
"Shut up."
term yesterday for the first time. So it's so funny you said that. Uphill both ways. I think it's so funny.
No, it's hilarious. And I try to be understanding of that to an extent, but I don't know. Go on with what you were gonna say. I was
I
gonna hammer.
forgot. Oh, no. I got no idea what I was gonna say.
I just don't think. I agree with Miles. They sound great on paper, but it's just never gonna work. There's no way that we're gonna be able to pull that off. It's too utopian to work. And again, not that capitalism is perfect because we clearly have issues in this system as well. But it offers a much better chance. We're not fighting over food, and people aren't starving in the streets and rioting because their rations aren't enough. That's what happened in Venezuela. That happens in a lot of countries. Yeah. So, Hasib said you were going to tell a story.
I remember. I was going to tell. So I remember what I was going to say. So, when I was living in Ohio, I kid you not, like, and this is what it was just like, I saw the damn liberals, and I was like, oh, this is my time to shine. So I'm living in Ohio, and I'm living in a duplex, right? So if you guys don't know what a duplex is, it's obviously a 2-family, and I lived in the front, and these other people lived in the back. So, cool, we're all going to college, everything's nice, whatever. And so we have this idea, like, let's throw a party, all the neighbors and our friends, and we all just meet each other, because obviously we're sharing a wall together. We should probably be on good terms with the neighbors. Mm-hmm. So we go back there. Neighbors are so fucking cool. Ugh, loved them. They were so nice. They were lovely. My crowd of people seemed great. We all were partying for like hours, and the whole idea was to hit the bars after. Mm-hmm. Now, it was a whole group of guys, so I get it. I'm a cute girl. Everyone wants to hang out with me because I'm cute. I get it. But I'm actually in reality, I'm pretty man-like, so it's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up in Pong, and I'm gonna fuck you up in beer games, and I'm gonna drink like you're drinking. Like, I don't know, it's just shit. So anyway, so everyone's like, oh my god, Jenna, like, you're so cool, like, we want to hang out with you, whatever. And I'm like, I totally agree, likewise, let's make it work.
Let's keep hanging out.
Right,
let's have a fun time.
We're neighbors. So anyway, so we call these Ubers to go pick us up for the bars and everything, and sorry, I thought there was something else. Anyway, so we call these Ubers, and some guy looks at me, one of the friends of my neighbor, and he goes, hey, I have a question. And I look at him, and I go, yeah, what's up? Like, what's your question? And he goes, so, are you, like, Republican? And I went, what?
Why is that even a question?
And he's like, are you Republican? And I looked at him, and I went, I don't think that my political views should, like matter. Like, we're trying to just all get drunk in the bars. And he literally looks at me and he goes, it sounds like you're Republican. And I looked at him and I went, okay. I said, so let's get real for a second. I'm liberal progressive. I said, I am very, very good for, like, you know, like, in terms of a person. I'm liberal progressive. You do your thing. I do mine. Stay the fuck out of my way. I stay out of your way. I'm open-minded. Like, just, you know, let's just sit down and have a conversation about life, and we'll just, you know, whatever, bullshit. You know, I'm very open. I don't care about shit. I don't care about shit. If you're not, like, negatively impacting me, like, you do whatever you do, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I explained this to him, and I said, but I come from a family who was more Republican in terms of economic status, and from where we lived in the part of Jersey, I said those just what worked for us. So in terms of economic standpoint, I lean more towards Republican. I kid you not, these liberal motherfuckers looked at me. Now, this is going to be every college. Looks at me and he goes,
colleges.
Oh my god, we can't hang out anymore. And I looked at this man and I went, what? And all of them was just like, oh my god, Jenna said that she's Republican. Now, these are a bunch of, like, grown-ass men. I'm saying grown-ass men. I mean, they're probably all, like, obviously they're 21.
So, first of all, you didn't say anything about being Republican.
I said, like, economically speaking, I agree with it, and I lean more towards that, like, economically. I said I was liberal progressive as a person, as a human being.
Yeah. So you're pretty much exactly where I'm at. It's this weird thing. Well, see, I guess it depends. I think I would be considered too liberal for the right, and I would be considered fucking way too right for the left.
Yeah.
Because it just depends on the issue. I'm pro-choice. I'm fucking pro-gay marriage. I'm pro-trans. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. But I'm also pro-gun. And I'm also fucking, like, anti-crime.
That is exactly how I feel.
Soft bullshit where they're like, oh, we're just going to let criminals do what they want and no consequences. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Or, like, parents doing gentle parenting. Like,
ugh.
Anyways,
so
they left me there, and they would not let me come into the Uber with them.
You're kidding me.
I had to, like, go to the bar separately with my roommates and stuff because they were like, we're not hanging out with you. And I was like, wait, we all just ordered an Uber together because we had the best, like, 2 or 3 hours drinking at this guy's, like, at his side of the house. And his friends decided I was too Republican for them.
Oh my god.
And I literally
Why, because you talked about fiscally? You're like, fiscally, I'm kind of more conservative. And they're like, you're Republican.
They left me there. They were like, you're not getting in the Uber. And they just said, like, we just don't want to hang out with you anymore.
God.
And I said,
what giant babies.
But I was like, thank you. Because you guys, like, are snowflakes. You're left, like, like, everything about you is going to be a problem. I said, anything that I ever say, if I try to have a conversation with you, it's going to be a problem. You don't want to hang out with
those people.
I said, thank you so much for asking if I was Republican, because it saved me a lot of headache.
Yeah.
And that was the school I went to, and I fucking hated it. And everyone there was soft as fuck. You know, there was an incel who went to shoot up Ohio State University. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, this was This was on the news. Incel shoots or goes to shoot up Ohio State University. Mm-hmm. Before I actually got to college, my roommates put me in this group chat. And it was just to get to know, like, them and their friends and whatever.
Yeah.
So, it's, like, a month or two before I leave. And I go, oh, my God, guys. Like, in this group chat, I was like, did you guys see that, like, apparently an incel had plans to shoot up Ohio State? They intervened, they interjected, and they found this guy. But he literally had, like, a machine gun. A full-blown fucking machine gun. And he went to go shoot the girls at the campus. So, I literally says this. I say this in the group chat, and a female, the girls, goes... Actually, Jenna, that's pretty, like, derogatory that you're calling him an incel right now. They prefer to be called a Sigma male. So I think she said, like, Sigma male something. And I was like...
I can't.
You could have died. There could have been a mass shooting because someone had a machine gun that they were bringing to campus because they were an incel.
And she's worried about you labeling him an incel.
It was on the news.
Everyone.
That's what they called him on the news. I literally was like, this is in the headlining
That's
news.
like the fucking... And look, I haven't looked into this, so this could not be real. But these are like the headlines that I'm seeing. Headlines. As opposed to headlamens.
Tequila.
Yeah, fucking
headlamens.
Headlines, and again, I have not looked into this, so this could be totally fake. And the reason that I haven't looked into it is because I don't want to, because if it's real, I'm going to be so fucking annoyed. They want to change the term from pedophiles to minor attracted persons. And I just...
No, you're a fucking pedophile,
Dude,
and that's what you are. Take your harsh-ass label because you're a pedophile and you should die. Like, die in a fucking... Honestly, anyone who, like,
if you
harms
touch
a kid like that...
You're done, dude.
Like, I think you should get the chair.
It was a teacher. Yeah. Was it a teacher?
They fired him.
They fired him. Good. Oh, thank God. Ugh.
Wait, who was it? Who?
The teacher that said that.
Telling students to call pedophiles minor attracted.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. And that's like the girl. So the teacher said to call them that. That's like the girl who could have easily died that day at school if they didn't intervene.
Yeah.
And she's defending this guy because I'm using a derogatory term they put on the news. That's the other thing. Okay, you're saying you're Republican, you love gay people. Who the fuck cares what you are? Just be nice. Just be nice to everyone.
Yeah, I don't...
I sent it to you.
What'd you send to me? Oh, he sent me the story.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Yeah, no, it's... I'm a ridiculously open-minded person, but I guess when it comes to... And typically I fall more liberal in terms of social issues. Like, basically... Everything that Way Up Jude said, love gay people, believe in women making their own choices, but I'm here for guns. Like, I don't...
Right.
Especially, and as a woman in particular, guns are the great equalizer if you think about it. Because, I mean,
I'll
look,
fucking shoot a bitch in a second.
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's... For the most part, there's going to be exceptions, of course, because some women are bigger than some men, just in the way that it works. There are outliers. I'm talking about typically overall... 95% of the time, I don't know, whatever. The man is going to overpower the woman because we're weaker.
Here's the thing, you can know as much martial arts as you want. Z and I both have done / do jujitsu.
Yeah.
Both of us. And I can tell you.
Muay Thai, boxing.
I did Muay Thai for years. Like, I can tell you we're both, have done the martial arts.
And in
jujitsu, one of the things they teach as a woman is like, okay, as fucked up as this is, you're getting raped, this is the position you're in, and they'll stick a man on top of you and they go, get out, and you're like, I need to fucking get out. But it's like, I don't care how much jujitsu I know and how, whatever it is. If you have me pinned down and you're 200 pounds, I work out, I can move weight, I can't fucking bench 200 pounds off
guy off of you.
Sorry, I'm not
exactly.
I can know all the jujitsu in the world. You got my arms pinned down, you're sitting on top of me, there's fucking nothing I'm doing.
Yeah. No, that's exactly...
Take it, I gotta pop your asshole.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what can we
shoot
do?
You in the fucking dick hole.
Literally, exactly. We can shoot the shit out of someone, and that completely puts us on more than equal fucking ground. So if some asshole is fucking trying to rape me or push me into a van...
Fucking slit his throat.
I am shooting first. I am fucking shooting first, and I don't give a shit, and you're not gonna tell me that that's bad. Okay, so here you go. Teacher fired for telling students to call pedophiles minor attracted persons instead. Oh my God, this is in El Paso, so I'm assuming El Paso, Texas. That is ridiculous. I'm so glad they fired him. Mm-hmm. Fuck that guy. So, and Miles said in the chat, they're a full-on map. They're called minor attracted person communities on Reddit. I can't.
Wait, what?
Here's where I will say, if your arms are pinned, how do you use a gun? Yeah, I get that. But if you are in a situation where you have the chance to pull it out,
right,
you're 1,000 times better off.
Like, there's things leading up to it, you know?
Yeah, yes. I mean, if a guy grabs you from behind, yeah.
Okay,
that'd be a bummer,
I actually have this belt that my boyfriend's stepfather gave me. And they, like, made me go to school with this belt. They're like, if you're leaving, you have to wear this all the time. And I did, because I was in a shitty part of Ohio, and I just, that's what it was. It was a belt, and I had this centerpiece. It looked like a regular belt. You just looked like a regular crappy belt that you buy.
Buckle.
Yeah. And you grab it, and a full-blown blade just comes out of it. Just all I needed to do is, if I ever felt sick, it was just a regular belt. I used to bring it to bars with me. I used to bring it, like, everywhere I went. I used to wear this thing to school. Didn't matter. It was just a belt. As soon as I felt uncomfortable, I held my hand right here, right on my thighs, so I was ready. Anytime I needed to, I literally grab it, and I just pull out an entire knife. Knife just to protect myself. Everyone used to laugh. Because I was a feisty motherfucker. I am a feisty motherfucker. But they used to say, like, oh, Jenna, you're fine in Ohio. And I'm like, guys, they used to laugh because I would always have mace, pepper spray, and I would have my belt on me.
Yeah.
And they would be like, why the fuck do you have so many weapons? And I'm like, why the fuck don't you have so many weapons?
You're like, look at me. I'm fucking 5'1". I'm 110 pounds. I mean, what do you think's going to happen?
What? Like, what?
Yeah.
Some of the worst crimes in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, some of the worst. I thought, like, going to Ohio State University was gonna be a bunch of cornfields. I couldn't see the school because it was COVID, so they, like, didn't allow me to do any walkthroughs or anything I went to. So I just was like, I picked that one because I had zoology as an undergraduate, so it was an accelerated program.
Right.
So I went there. Boy, did I make that mistake! It's not just cornfields.
Not just cornfields. There's lots of
Ohio.
fights. Yeah. I don't know. It's just I think that there's so many messed up things, and it's a lot of it has to do with the internet and the fact that people that shouldn't be allowed to express their opinions are. I'm not saying that, like, oh, I should be allowed to express my opinions. I just think I'm reasonable. That's all.
I think if you just sit down and go, hey, we have differing opinions, let's talk. I will sit down and not interrupt you and listen.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, okay. Like, honestly, like, I know obviously we're feeding off each other. But if someone came to me and was like, hey, like, I have to talk to you about something. I'll go, okay. I'm going to talk for X amount of time, and you will not interrupt. You will talk for X amount of time, and we'll take a minute. We'll think about what each other said, and we'll have a conversation.
Mostly, I just don't like extremes. I don't like extremes to the right or the left.
I don't either.
I can't stand people on the far right. They drive me fucking nuts.
Or people,
but same on the far left.
People that,
I can't stand them.
classify themselves as, like, oh, I'm Republican, so I need to act like a Republican.
Right.
Like, no, you don't.
No.
You act the way you want to act. Just because you like Donald Trump doesn't mean you got to make that your persona because your neighbor made it his
identity
persona.
politics. It's people who make politics their entire identity. Like, that's their whole life. It's like,
unpopular opinion. People that are gay who make being gay their entire opinion.
Yeah.
Or entire personality, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care if you're gay or you're lesbian or whatever. And it's frustrating. I don't care if you obviously got your twang. Like, that's whatever. But if everything you do is about being, like, liking the same sex, or, oh, I do that because I'm gay, or, oh, I do that because I'm my dad. Like, you ordered a salami sandwich over, like, bologna because you're gay. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I hate when people go to, like, weird extremes like that.
I know, I agree. Sorry, I'm texting the lawyer, like, now as we're doing this, and actually this is probably, we've gone into this crazy, I didn't see this, that's so funny. The last time, I'll email them as soon as we're done with the show, but the last episode we talked about sex and shaving our coochies, and this episode we got into some really, I'm clearly distracted with this whole house thing. This is so exhausting, I hate it, but we've got into some really deep, like, heavy topics. This is not what I was expecting to get into, but here we are. But it's fun.
We haven't followed a single bit of the
prep?
single bit of the prep. Nick does the prep every week, and I just go off on tangents.
No, that's great. I mean, that's great.
Salami.
How do you say?
You getting
salami?
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 What, is that not right? Salami.
Salami. That's how you say it. Salami.
Well, okay, let me say it angrily again. If you're gonna get the salami or you're gonna get the bologna, like you can't make your whole personality.
Yeah, I agree.
If I say
Now
it angrily, is it more? Do I say salami weird when I say it like?
I don't never thought
Fuck
you
you,
said it weird.
salami. I actually love salami.
I was gonna say now I want salami.
I've been living off salami
Oh,
and cheese
so
sandwiches in the
good.
microwave for the past
Oh,
two.
that
the
sounds
past 2 days.
amazing.
Okay, can we? Someone agree with me. Someone don't agree with me. Please let me know. My favorite sandwiches are the ones that you like pack for school or for a hike. They get slightly smushed and they're like lukewarm in your
Jenna.
bag.
Jenna, no.
Nick's yelling right now. No?
No. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna tell a story.
Yes.
So, Nick's
screaming.
This was in high school. Me and my best friend, we used to get really high. This was back when I still smoked weed. But
No, you come up with ideas when you're high.
yeah, we were super high. And so we would make ham and cheese sandwiches, but we used to smash them down with our fists because we swore it tastes better. Oh my God,
all
I've never had
together.
anyone else say that.
Oh my God, no. I literally.
so excited.
Zia, I've been taking, because my dad, for some reason, keeps buying like absurd amounts of cold cuts. And I'm like, I gotta eat these. And
Sandwiches for days.
I've been putting sandwiches, and then same thing, I'll stick them in the microwave. Not toasted. Not like I toasted it or I stuck it on a pan or did something fancy. I'll put it in the microwave so the bread gets like really soft and soggy, and like everything is slightly melted and like pressed down. I'm like, oh,
that
I'm
sounds
like,
so
it's like a
good.
middle school lunch all over again.
That sounds so good.
Then I would shove my potato chips and shit in them.
Yeah, exactly.
Peanut
oh
butter
my
and
God,
jelly on white
Dilotic.
bread. Only white bread. White bread, white bread.
I never got to eat my peanut butter. I never got to eat any sandwiches on white bread unless I went somewhere else to get it. We never had white bread. And I didn't have white bread for the first time until I was probably an adult.
Why?
My dad was a bodybuilder. We only had wheat bread in the house. We used to have, I was talking about this before. I had a friend, I love Jersey Mike's. I had a friend who I would go to her house and she was like a regular kid. They had so many snacks. I mean, candy, I'm talking those little peanut butter crackers. They had.
I never got like a lot of snacks. Like, my parents didn't believe in fast food when we were younger. So I didn't.
Fast food, my dad would get us on occasion. Like I'd been to McDonald's. It was not something we had often. But in our house, we had no candy, no snacks,
I
nothing
never
like
had fast
that.
food.
So I would go to my friend's house and I would just go nuts. Like it was like a vacation,
Yeah,
a candy vacation
yeah.
for me. I was like, and my friend's mom always used to joke that I had worms because I was constantly eating, but I was like a third of the size of her daughter. But because I didn't eat like that normally,
Yeah.
it was so exciting for me because I finally got that. And all I had in my house was fucking Akmak crackers. And if you don't know what those
I was
are,
going to say, I don't know.
they're whole wheat crackers they kind of taste like cardboard. And they have sesame seeds on the top of them. They're super healthy.
Sesame?
And look, I'm glad that I was raised healthy. I have good knowledge of how to eat healthy.
But did you binge when you were older?
Yes.
Because
Bad.
that happened to me.
Bad.
I wasn't allowed soda. There was a ton of snacks I wasn't allowed to eat, candy, sweet things like that.
There's a line of healthy.
I grew up never having fast food. Like I would have it like once, probably every like 4 or 5 years, like a different place.
Mm-hmm.
I think in my entire childhood, I had McDonald's maybe like 3 or 4 times, and I loved it. I loved McDonald's, but I wasn't allowed to eat
is
it.
Still my favorite.
So when I turned 17, holy shit, I went to all these restaurants I've never been to, like basic places. Like, Jenna, let's get Chick-fil-A. And I'm like 17 years old. I've never eaten Chick-fil-A. I'm like, I've never had this.
The weirdo.
Or yeah, I know I'm the weirdo. Or people would be like, let's go to, I don't know, what's like a like Outback Steak, even Outback Fridays, Applebee's, Chili's. I was like, I've never been. I've been to Fridays for a singular birthday party, and that was it.
That's all stuff that I didn't have till I was an adult either, but that's just because we didn't have that in Hawaii. None of those chains are there.
But that's different. Like, this is like 3 miles down the street from me, and I wasn't allowed to eat it.
That's crazy.
So when I was 17, like, your girl was spending money on food.
Yeah, I binged like crazy amounts when I got on my own. It was bad, but that was also partially because I just would grown up. My dad was insane about my body, like insane. I was not. He gave me an eating. I was bulimic as a motherfucker. Like, yeah, I got diagnosed with bulimia when I was 16, but it's because my dad gave me his eating disorder.
Right.
He didn't realize that he had one at the time, but he had one. So, anyway.
I want to see what your dad looks like now.
Oh, I'll show you a picture.
Yeah,
because
we always talk about him, and I just like want to put a face to the name.
Hold on, let me show you the man that I was raised by. He's aged a bit now, but this is what I grew up with.
What in the fuck was this man taking trend before it was a thing?
No, he took HGH though, I think for a little bit.
I was going to say, I was like, Xia, that does not look natural.
He does, but he does naturally look like this. He's just a big guy.
He's got the genetic.
I'll
Where
show
the
you
fuck
guys.
did the genetics go?
I have
because
I got him in my legs.
I was gonna say, I was like, girl. I said, Xia, you're beautiful. I said, but you got none of the bodybuilding genes.
No, but I do put on muscle on my legs like ridiculously.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite. I'm like, my legs? Who?
My legs are thick as fuck and like
Mine are not.
super muscular.
Mine
but
100% not.
you actually do have thick thighs.
I've been really working on it. You could see this like little muscle right here growing.
The
Oh,
little
actually, you can
quad
see it in
line.
the camera. You can see the little muscle.
the little quad line.
I've really been trying to do like quads and things like that at the
Yeah.
gym. Look at that. It's been a goal of mine
Hell
to like
yes.
work my legs a little bit more.
No, you're killing it.
Because my arms are like very manly for a female.
my arms are just a little flabbier
Do you
than
wanna
I'd
see
like
me-
them to be.
Post workout, Jenna, when I've got a full blown pump. Jen had a gleam in her eyes when she saw that.
Oh, no.
Anyways, when I have a full blown like pump, I look like I'm on steroids. You're gonna sit here and tell me that that's like
You do have wow, your upper body is pretty freaking defined and shit. And oh my god, Jenna,
when I have a pump, I look like a man.
you are so buff. Holy shit!
I know. Everyone
you-
looks at me.
What do you lift? Like what curls? What do you curl? What?
Well, actually, I'm running a legs push-pull program right now, and
Okay.
I've made it a thing that I now work out 7 days a week.
Holy
It's not
shit.
healthy. Probably not, but I don't know. I just
Probably
like
not.
I'm really working on myself, and I want to get. But it's this whole program. It's right here. It's called Push Pull Legs, and you got your weekly
do
things.
chest and back,
and-
biceps and triceps, and then legs.
Yeah, it's like everything. Like here's the whole. You go day by day. So like back squat, deadlift, hip thrust,
Yeah.
leg extension,
Bench
curls,
press, weighted dips. Okay, yeah. So you're doing chest. I've done this split before. Chest and triceps, back and biceps.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I grew up with a bodybuilder. I used to be a personal trainer, and
Really? I didn't know that.
yeah, when back in Hawaii,
Wow.
I worked at an MMA gym for like 6 years, and I was a
Holy
personal trainer
fuck.
there, and I trained MMA for like quite a while. Hi, Reese.
That's
Welcome to the stream.
so cool.
Charlie Kelly keeps asking us if we snore. No.
I do not snore.
I love how he needs to know this. He's like, do you snore? Oh my God, Jenna. Holy shit. You are like shredded.
When I'm pumped up, I look like a fucking man.
like to pump up. When
I look like a man.
Up.
I also, it does have nice down lighting at my gym, so I will
some good
also say
lighting.
there's some good lighting. But
No, Jack Jeffries, don't take my lunch money. Well, I have to pee really bad. My bladder is bursting. I have to email the lawyer back. This seems like a good place to stop. But actually, if you want to show them,
I'll show you
first.
guys
Yeah.
Jack's Jenna.
And then
This is her on a full blown pump with some nice down lighting at the
I've
gym.
never heard of a snoring fetish, but I guess.
If you send the picture to Zia's email, I can bring it up on here.
Oh,
There
okay.
we go. Boom.
Don't say your email.
I'll type it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one should I send?
You're
We're gonna send the
most yoked
bicep one. Yeah.
That one is wild.
To the people who say, why doesn't Nick sit and pull everything up? Because I would literally be right here.
Yeah.
I would be right here.
We're going to try to make that happen if we get this place. We'll see, because the room is bigger. So we'll be able to actually put the PC in a different spot and then have just a camera. So yeah, we're working on it, hopefully. If we don't get this place, we're going to try for one more place. But if we don't get that place, then we're moving into a 1-bedroom apartment. We're going to make it work and try to save more. So we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna make it work.
We shall see. It'll be our living room is the studio. And that's going to be the...
I like don't know which one. I guess we'll send like these two. We'll just call it quits there.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Okay.
Put in your email. I'm getting sweaty.
It gets hot in here. It's all the
gets
equipment
hot
and
in
there's
here.
no air. Yeah.
Nick, show them your guns.
Nick is so skinny. Okay, here we go. I didn't send it because I don't know
yeah.
how, because I don't know how to do it on your phone. There we go. I'm like, it's an apple.
We said jacked Jenna.
Jacked
She's a
Jenna.
whole ass fucking person. She will take your lunch money. I had a man, I was really pissed the other day in the gym, and he came up to me, and I've never met this man before a day in my life, and he looks at me and he goes, you look mad right now. It was because my deal was falling apart, and I was
like,
like,
I
I have the biggest resting bitch face, and I was like beasting out at the gym because I literally wanted to fucking die the other day. And he, like, some stranger came up to me just to tell me I looked like horribly mad. And I was like, I was like, thanks.
What? There it is. I was gonna say sometimes it takes a minute.
I sent those two, and I sent another two. You can put whatever you want on the screen.
All right, guys, everybody ready? Jenna's gonna take your lunch money. Don't piss her off. Don't piss her off.
This is me when I have a pump. When I don't have a pump, though, my arms shrink so much. They go back to little, like, noodle arms, and I'm like, damn, I was a beast for about 2 seconds.
It's crazy how much that happens. People always think that lifting weights is gonna, or women will often think that lifting weights is gonna make them manly. But usually that's not the case. Usually you just end up more toned looking. Shredded.
Where are my bicep ones?
That's
I feel
amazing.
like the biceps, like, the back is cool, but it's like
The biceps
is
awesome.
for a woman, I feel like, are scary.
It's impressive.
Because, like, I've seen women with beautiful backs. Like, that's not, like, really a me thing. But yeah, I don't know. You just need a hug, Jenna. I do. Yeah, I probably do. Like, that's what I'm saying. I look like a man.
That you don't look like a man.
No,
you
she's
just look.
Nick
Nick is like, no, Nick will
yeah.
always.
Yeah, that's me. Like, when I have a full blown pump at the gym, I've just hurt someone. Trend Jen. I wish I was Trend Jen. Can you imagine if I took Trend?
How big would you be? I mean, you'd be
Oh
pretty.
my God.
You'd be
Well, that's
yoked, I feel like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they were to give me testosterone for my lady situations, like, I'm gonna blow the fuck up.
Jenna's gonna be like,
Especially
well,
if
I guess
I'm
I'm
working out
entering.
7 days a week. Like, I'm gonna blow up in
I was like, I guess I'm entering
Oh.
bodybuilding competitions.
Yeah, my voice. That was the one thing they said. They were like, your voice is gonna get deeper if you're on testosterone. Like, you're gonna have a lot of other, like, things, but it might help, you know, your lady situations. And I was like, give it to me. Give me the testosterone.
I want to find out what's going to help my lady situations. We need to know what's going to help my hormones because they're out of control. I hate it so much. That's a topic for another time.
That's it. Yeah. Next
We'll
week we
get
can
into
talk
that
about
next week.
testosterone.
Oh, fucking hormones. Thank you guys so much for
Thank
joining us
you.
for this live stream. You guys have all been wonderful. Thank you to everybody who super chatted and just
Holy
everyone who
crap.
chatted.
Yeah, you guys, like, the super chats today were on fire. All from the get-go. Like, we were feeling love. Especially because we all came in sad to this.
I know. We were
Zia
all
and I
came
both
in
were like,
angry. We're just like,
everything's
everything
going
sucks.
horrible.
This is terrible. You guys
So.
are amazing. China 2.0. China's fucking, she was super ripped. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We will see you next week. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.